This video is dedicated to my grandpa. I will never forget you, and thanks for everything you have taught me. Alright guys, so as you can see, all the parts have arrived, and I'll quickly show you how it arrived. So here we have the power supply. It's probably the only thing which came in the box. And even here, this one here, it's the GPU, and it just came here in this bag and it rattles a little bit, so I'm not really sure if that is working. Same for the cooler. I mean, that sounds like it's already broken. And well, all the parts are here. Here also the case. This case, it's for another PC project I'm working on. And I would say let's quickly unbox the parts and let's check the condition and if they're really working. Alright guys, so in here we have the CPU. It's an i3-2130, and let's check out how it looks like. So this should be a used CPU, so probably there's some kind of thermal paste on it. Maybe it has some bent pins or something, but yeah, let's just check it out. But so far, this is looking pretty good. Okay, as you can see, there's some thermal paste on it, so it doesn't look entirely new. So definitely used. They just took it out and have thrown it into that plastic chassis. And yeah, let's check out here the back. And as you can see, it doesn't have the pin design because we had the i3. We have here all the contacts, but they are looking pretty fine, so nothing scratched off, nothing dirty. And yeah, it has a sticker on there which has something like 2019 and something in Chinese. And I will just take this off before I put it into the motherboard, because I'm not sure how that will affect the heat spreading from all the capacitors and stuff in there. Okay, that's the CPU. They even include some crappy thermal compound, but I'm not going to use that. And yeah, let's have a look at the next part. Alright, so next up we have the motherboard, and as you can see, it comes at least in a box, so let's try to check it out, but that doesn't look like an original box, so yeah, there we go. Alright, so there we go, let's check this out. And here we have the motherboard, so actually it's better packed than I thought. Here the I/O slot cover, and there we go. Let's check out the main boards. Oh, alright guys, so that motherboard looks pretty disgusting. Now, I paid, I think $40 for it, and it absolutely looks like it wouldn't be worth the $40, because the plastic here, well, that should be usually white. Now it's totally yellow. I had a lot of motherboards which had like white connectors, but they never looked like this if they were not in a smoking environment or something. And either it was in a... No, it doesn't smell like smoke, but wow, it just smells somehow disgusting. The connector's super dusty. Here a pin is bent, so that almost makes a short right over here at the audio port. The mainboard itself, so far, well, it looks like it's not bent or something. Also no burn marks, so it's looking okay. We'll give it a try, but it looks actually pretty disgusting and really dirty. Now this is one of the most interesting parts, and it's the GPU. And the GPU comes packed really, really bad. So let's check this out. So this package all the way from China. So this is a total joke. Oh my god. I hope it even survived the flight. So let's check it out. And it's not falling apart yet, but whew, that has a really, really bad bend right over here. Now the CD on top, well, what a good packaging. And oh my god, check this out guys. This looks really not good. And it even has a cut right over here, so as you can see, here the plastic is coming off. And even a bit of copper is coming off here. So this is really a total joke. Oh my god. Even this, the PCIe connector, as you can see, it's not straight. The whole GPU is not straight. This right over here is bent. I mean, are you really serious? What the hell? Oh my god. I'm really curious if this will even work, because it looks really horrible. It looks absolutely horrible. Alright guys, and this installation manual is definitely the best one I've ever seen. It's called Installation Curse. If it has a graphics card before, you need to remove it first. Well, that makes sense, right? How to uninstall your old graphics card? Open Control Panel, which is in My Computer, and then find the old graphics card and remove it. Well, that's how you change a graphics card. You go to your control panel and remove it. Then you can install our optical disc. It's the drive itself. No idea what that means. And if your computer do not have CD drive, you can use this. GeForce China. Well, I'm pretty sure you cannot even connect this. This is really crazy. Now I think right over here we got the RAM, so let's check it out. And there we go. And alright, this is looking good. As you can see, some Waseki RAM, never heard of that brand before, but well, DDR3, 4 GHz, 1333 MHz. And yeah, let's check it out when we open it up so that there are no surprises. And there we go. Oh my god, this package is killing me. So there we go. And yeah, the RAM stick is looking fine, as you can see, so the connectors are looking good. It's straight, nothing burned here, so this looks really factory new, and we'll try it later and see if it actually works. Now the SSD, and let's check this out, and there we go. So this is pretty funny, because this SSD was better packed than the GPU. The GPU was really a total joke. This was just a pure rip-off. So the SSD is looking actually brand new, and yeah, also here out of the box, as you can see, this is looking really brand new, but we'll test it later on the computer and check out if it already has some data written to it, and also that there is no hidden data on it, like to spy on you or something. Also there are some screws inside, but no SATA cable. Okay, so now the power supply, and this one here is a really, let's say, critical component, because well, if this fails, the whole computer doesn't work, or in the worst case, this will actually burn down my house. And yeah, let's check it out. The first thing I'll notice, it works with 230 volts and 115 volts, because it has a switch right over here, but it doesn't have an on and off switch. And if I look into it, it looks like, oh my god, not really a lot of components inside, probably the cheapest of the cheapest capacitors, so maybe they will even blow up when we try to test it. And let's check out here the power output, so there we go. At 220 volts, we get here on the 5 volt rail up to 25 amps, on 12 volt 19 amps, on the 3.3 volts 25 amps, and yeah, total 500 watt. So fake C logo, fake FCC, this thing is probably total crap.
I have now started to assemble the PC. I'm using a Bitphoenix case from my buddy Umberto, who works at Bitphoenix. By the way, big thanks for supplying the case for this build. It doesn't make sense to order such big parts from China on your own, because it's not that cheap at all, and also the shipping fees are really high because it's a huge part. Bitphoenix offers quite affordable cases with decent quality, so if you're looking for a case, I can really recommend them. Now I first started with putting in the i3 processor into the Doji motherboard, and then I also applied the cheap cooler. I already noticed that the surface of the cooler is very bad quality, and to have 100% good heat conduction, the surface should be as smooth as possible. But on this cooler, I found a lot of creases from bad manufacturing, and I wasn't sure if I should use it, but I gave it a try. The RAM from Waseki looked really fine, and installing was no problem. I did then put the motherboard into the case and also tried to fit in the PSU. Unfortunately, the PSU cables are too short for regular ATAX motherboards, and the 4-pin CPU connector was in no way installable without crossing the GPU. So I ripped some old cables from a spare PSU and tried to make it longer, and it worked out. I have then installed the SSD, GPU and did some basic cable management on the back. Now excuse me for my not really professional cable management, but I first wanted to see the system running before hiding all the cables properly. And then the first boot, which already gave me a hard time. Alright guys, so everything is set up and yeah, let's see if it even turns on, and there we go. And alright, so this is looking fine. Do we get a picture? Now it's off again. It's on again. It's off again. Okay, this is not looking good. This is looking really bad. On, off. So it seems like it really seems like there is something wrong with the build. I don't know what exactly is wrong, but as you can see, it's stuck in a boot loop. Nothing. So this is not looking good. So I've now removed the CPU, as you can see. So I tested it without the RAM, without the GPU. I even jump started the power supply here, but it really seems like the board is broken. And the board was in such a horrible condition when I got it, so I'm 100% sure that this board is killed. So I don't have the time right now to check out what's exactly wrong with the board, because this really requires some in-depth look onto the hardware and check where it got a short or something, or some blown out chips or capacitors. But right now it really seems like it's dead. So what I will do right now is I will check some boards on local ads, and let's try to get at least the CPU here running and the GPU. And well, so far one out of a few components is already dead on arrival. So guys, after hours of troubleshooting this piece of crap, I decided just to buy a new mainboard. So I found a mainboard with an i5 processor for just 55 euros, so around $65. And as you can see, it comes with an Asus motherboard, an i5, and if the CPU is not working, I at least have a spare CPU. So I'll now go and buy this and then try to fix this piece of crap. So after that, I was swapping the motherboard first with the i3 into the system, but also didn't turn on. So I swapped not only the motherboard, I also swapped the CPU and installed a water cooling system from PC Cooler, which I got from my good friend Jackie. PC Cooler is a Chinese brand that I personally visited in Shenzhen. So in the past they did a lot of OEM for other manufacturers, but now they're moving into pushing their own brand. They're located in the lower mid-budget sector, but are offering pretty good products so far as I've seen. I had to do some modifications to the Bitfinex case, but in the end I managed to fit the big radiator into the Nova TG case. And yes, finally the PC turned on, so it wasn't the PSU, it was really the refurbished motherboard and CPU I got from Wish. And I was really happy now and rushed into the Windows installation. But no matter what I tried, I wasn't able to install Windows yet. I tried all kind of BIOS settings and UEFI modes and non-UEFI modes, but there was really no luck. Also, after several formats over the command line, the SSD just simply gave up, and I wasn't able to re-initialize it. It seems like the SSD is broken, as it doesn't take any data when connected to an external SATA interface to my laptop. So yeah, bad luck, but I really do want to get this system to work, and I will order a new SSD and bring you guys some full benchmarks and a GPU teardown. So now, before we end this video here, some final words which are really important to me.
Alright guys, so to be honest, I couldn't fix the PC yet because I really think that the SSD is broken. As you can see, it now doesn't even show up in the BIOS. Cable is okay, the connection to the motherboard is okay, other drives are working, so I'll probably swap the drive and then install everything. And the next videos I will follow up with a benchmark on the GPU. I will also try to reflash the GPU to their original chipset, so that's actually usable, because in this condition this PC is really just a test and it's not really good working, and as you can see right now it's not working at all. So I tried my best, but right now, after the situation with my grandfather, somehow my head is somewhere else and I don't want to spend so much time on fixing it yet, but I will come up with a follow-up video. Now, just some real talk. I really wanted to talk about a few things which are really coming from my heart, and I know that this is a tech channel and what I say right now, it probably doesn't really fit into all that, but I think it's a very important message for my life, for your life, and for the whole community. So, while websites like Wish, I mean, there is nothing wrong about that, but I think they have a responsibility, and they have a really big responsibility, and that is that they need to protect their customers. And what is coming from some of the dropshipping partners, it is just a joke. You have seen the GPU, it arrived, it was almost broken, so it is working right now, but it's a fake GPU. It's tricking people into thinking they buy something they can actually use, but then it's just useless crap. Then things which are genuine, which are refurbished, I was really shocked about that. I ordered the motherboard, which looked on the pictures like a new one, so I actually thought it will be in a working condition, in a kind of good condition. But what I have received, I was actually just disappointed. There was no other feeling inside me. Now I saw it, I was like, okay, it's in a bad condition. It got rust on the connectors. It looks like it was in a smoking room for like 10 years because it's so, the color of the white PCI connectors, it was just yellow and it looked weird. It was not working at all, so that then was disappointed again. I spent a lot of money on all that just for nothing. Then the SSD, this was something which, okay, bad flash can happen, bad production samples can happen, but yeah, it was just like underlining my whole thoughts about this. And overall, I'm just disappointed about that. I also bought some other stuff which I want to show you, like the power bank, which has a fake capacity, the USB drives, which has a fake capacity, fake memory cards. And well, in the time we're living right now, everybody's after a fast profit. Everybody wants to make money as fast as possible. And it is not only hurting the people who buy it, it is hurting the economy, because we're producing stuff with resources which could have been used in good stuff just for crap which we throw away. And after thinking about that, I was like, we are destroying our own planet, we are destroying the trust into resellers, we're destroying everything with that just because we want fast profit. And I think this really has to change. Now, my grandfather, he was a really nice guy, and he taught me always, listen boy, buy products with quality. And he was fixing old stuff, and I said to him, it's old, throw it away. But he was like, no, I can fix it. And after his death, I was like, it just reminded me of that. It reminded me of try to fix things and not buy new crap. And nowadays we are just into, okay, something doesn't work, let's throw it away. And this is really hurting our economy, our planet, and yeah, it's also hurting a lot of people, and I think this really needs to stop. So guys, sorry for all my confusing thoughts, but I'm dealing right now with a very hard situation. I really loved my grandfather, and just after he's gone right now, it reminds me of a lot of things I lost along the way on YouTube. So on YouTube, I started on YouTube because I wanted to bust exactly those things, like to find these things out and tell you guys. And along the way, I just lost it for one thing, profit. And I made quite a lot of money with YouTube. I do YouTube full time. I'm not the best YouTuber. There are other great talented guys, and I always think about it, why are people watching me? And I try always to be honest. I get a lot of emails where people with shitty products come to me and offer me a lot of money, and they ask me, do you want to promote it? And then I always try to think about myself. Is this a product I would personally use? And if yes, can I really recommend this to people who spend their hard-earned money on it? And every time I come to the same conclusion, no. And I've done promotions for stuff I was not really I wasn't really happy about the product itself, but I thought like, yeah, someone will buy it. And this whole situation reminded me of the promise I made to myself, never promote crap on YouTube. Always promote good stuff, stuff that is worth buying, and this is something I want to continue in the future, and this is something I promise not only to myself right now, which I want to promise to you guys, to my viewers. I'm really glad that so many people are watching my channel, guys. This is really incredible, and I think I had a lot of luck. It was also a lot of work, and I was kind of lost in that work. I forgot that there are other people who need me, and I want to go a little bit back, do less on YouTube, but do stuff that matters. And I hope that you guys join me on that journey, and Trust me, there will be some different content, but there will be some very, very watch-worthy content in the future. I'm not saying that because I want views or something, or because some people say my channel is dying. It's not dying at all. It is changing, and like everything in life, also on YouTube right now, it's changing, and I think it changes into a good way, and I want to give something back to the tech community. I love tech, but this waste of resources, this waste of our planet really needs to stop. Now I'm thinking about right now if I should release this, but if you see this right now, I think I came to the conclusion that it's maybe a message you guys should hear. Alright, so big thanks for watching until here. Big thanks for staying with me on my journey, and I really hope that you stay with me in the future. If not, well, then there are a lot of other talented guys on YouTube, a lot of good guys, and I'll try to be one of these good guys as well. So just some final words. Grandpa, thanks for showing me that, and I will never forget you. Alright, see you in the next video, and I really hope I get this piece of crap to work, and then we're gonna have some fun with it. So thanks for watching. As always guys, I'm Steven from Tech Magnet, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a nice day and bye.